Stress is the physiological response you have to any external or internal stressor. And a stressor is anything that requires you to make an adjustment, either emotionally, physically, or mentally. And when we handle our stresses well, we grow and develop. When we handle our stresses poorly, we live under distress.
Hi guys, Dr. Scott Hahn here again with Body and Balance Wellness Center in Golden, Colorado. And today what I want to do is talk a little bit more about the different types of stresses that it can have on our body, because so common when we think about stress, we think about kind of the mental emotional stress, the stress with work, the stress with life, the stress with I have too many things to do. But when we think about stress itself, stress comes in a lot of other different factors as well too. So we always coined that as the mental emotional stress, but the two other factors that have huge impacts on the system as well too, there's chemical stress, which is poor nutrition, drugs, which are legal and illegal, alcohol, and basically anything where maybe you're driving behind a truck and you can smell those exhaust fumes, just different things like off-gassing from carpets. All of those are having impacts on basically how that nervous system is adapting. And if the nervous system is perceiving those things as threat, it's going to basically react and like it's a threat by kicking in that fight or flight response. And then the final thing is physical things. And I know it makes sense from the standpoint of you can see someone slouching at the desk or see different things like that, but we don't think about how abnormal movement patterns or different things like that actually increase stress upon our body as well too, and that's going to create greater adaptation and greater wear and tear and breakdown in the system as well too.
Stress increases risk of heart disease. It has been shown in different studies. Acute stress, both physical and emotional, can increase risk of having a heart attack or cause your heart muscles to weaken. Especially, it is more commonly seen in females. Chronic stress has also been linked to heart disease. Chronic stress has been linked to depression, anxiety, and it can increase your blood pressure as well, which can increase your risk of having heart disease.
The effect of stress on one's body is a twofold answer. Short term actually causes a boost of energy, the immune system works better, pain sensation goes down. Long-term stress, which is what most of us really think about when we say stress, can decrease the body's function. So this is where we start running into the risk of increased risk for heart attacks, stroke, skin problems, digestive problems also.
Hey man, Monsieur G here for 1 Minute Mad Management. If you work in an office, chances are that you are stressed all day, right? How to avoid stress at work? Stress. First of all, know what you're supposed to do. If you know what you're supposed to do, you'll be less stressed about all the rest because you would have a focus. Once you have your objectives clear, focus on these objectives. Don't get distracted, meaning no calls, no emails, no procrastinating on the internet, no nothing. Just focus on what you're supposed to achieve. No stress. Don't feel guilty because you're not participating to this or that meeting. These meetings are not important. What is important is your objective at work. Another way to not getting stressed at work is to prepare for the next move.
Don't think your job is stressful. Now you're a student. Being a student is stressful. If you don't find employment when you come out of the college, that is stressful. If you get a job, even more stressful. If you don't get married, that is very stressful. If you get married, I don't want to say anything. If you don't have children, that is stressful. If you have children, you pull your hair out with stress. So, it is not your job or your life situations which are stressful. Stress is happening to you because of your inability to manage your own system. Not knowing how to manage the system is stressfulness. If this happened the way you want it, you wouldn't be stressful. If you You do simple inner engineering process, just 21 minutes a day. Today you take your pulse rate before and after food. Do it for 6 weeks, check your pulse rate and see it will be considerably down. Which essentially shows with the same level of activity, this is a simple indicator. There are many other parameters that you could check. But this is an extremely simple indicator for which you don't have to go to any laboratory, you can check it yourself. The lowering of the pulse with the same level of activity indicates that your system is going at an easier pace. That means it's working much more efficiently. If you drive your car at 2000 RPM, the engine may last 100,000 kilometers or miles. If you drive the same engine at 5,000 RPM, it may last only 50,000 miles or less.
Some of the things we're talking about, like meditation and mindfulness, are sort of misunderstood culturally. Some people might think that you're sitting in the lotus position and you're singing Kumbaya. That's not necessarily the case. These are very direct, straightforward practices that are very helpful, and research supports the benefits of meditation and mindfulness.
Stress is to change thinking. But music can be very helpful and very valuable in certainly minimizing the stress reactions in your life. Now, what kind of music are we looking at? We certainly want to avoid music that has a very high beat, melody. You really were looking more at music that has like a 72 beat per minute type of rhythm. That would be more in the line of classical music, but could be more soft, kind of easy listening to music. You certainly want to avoid probably a lot of hard rock and techno type of music, but certainly any music, classical or easy listening would be best. At that point, to try to use headphones or at least listen to music in an area where you don't have a lot of distractions. It could be a quiet place in your home or the office. Again, if you can use headphones, that would be ideal.
Heather Parker is a certified fitness trainer. She finds noticeable differences in people who routinely exercise.
You can see a huge difference in their weight, their attitude, the way that they talk to you, and just they smile more.
What struck researchers was how long the effect lasts. One good workout might lift your mood, but regular exercise seems to change your overall emotional state.
Many healthy foods offer a subtle side effect. They help relieve stress. Dr. Carolyn Snyder is a registered dietitian at Cleveland Clinic.
With the fresh fruits, fresh vegetables, what you're doing is you're not getting the fat content. The fat content can make you feel sluggish, it can make you feel tired, which again can just contribute to the effects of stress.
A German study found vitamin C can help reduce stress and return blood pressure to normal levels. So foods like oranges are stress busters. Avocados are packed with potassium, which helps lower blood pressure, and pistachios and walnuts can have the same effect. Foods high in omega-3 fatty acids like salmon help keep stress hormones at bay as well. And